Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here once again. We are looking ahead to today's 7 game slate for the 5th of April. Hope you guys all had a pretty good weekend, and for the ones that do celebrate, hope you guys all had a pretty good Easter out there as well. Yeah, that's why I did not do a video or any lineups yesterday. Took the day off. It was Easter, so I got to hang out with the family. So, and like I said, hope you guys had a pretty good weekend. Yeah, that is mostly it. I think in our last six, we are 5-1 in our last 6 days for NBA. So still not going too bad for the main slate. We'd love for you guys to come join us. Like I said, we do have our season pass going on. There is no more monthly for the rest of the season. We are doing our season pass only. Season pass includes the main slate plus our 150 lineups combined with our, that's through CSV edit. Very simple once you get to know how to do it. Sorry. A little confusing at first, but like I said, it's definitely worth it. Like I said, you get both of them combined, for 115 bucks for the rest of the season. Like I said, you'll easily save over $175. All you need to do, hit us up. Would love to have you guys for sure. And like I said, we are 5-1 in our last six on main slate. So yeah, why not come join us? To get in, all you need to do, hit us up on our Twitter. That'll be in the comment section below. Click that link, message us, and we'll get you guys set up right away. So yeah, would love to have you guys come join us for sure. So anyway, let's go get into it. Like I said, we have a 7 gamer today. Our first one is Washington and Toronto. So let me see here. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I've never really seen this before, but almost every single game is at 7 o'clock Eastern time, which is weird. Because some of these games are Midwest, right? OKC, San Antonio, and so on. It's kind of weird seeing them at 4. They're usually at 8 o'clock Eastern. But anyway, that usually means with all these teams right here, that means we're gonna get most of the injury news within an hour before lock. So that's when we're gonna get most of this stuff here. Um, so Bradley Beal, as we all know, has not been playing for a while. We'll have to see if he plays. Even if he does, I think they ease him ish into it, probably 25, 28 minutes. But we'll have to see. Obviously, if he continues being out, you can give Westbrook a look, but Westbrook hasn't been crazy good recently. I do expect his ownership to be a little lower than expected, but still kind of high for 11,000 because there's not a ton of crazy good studs out here in good spots tonight as of now. So Westbrook still will be popular because there's not a ton of studs. So someone's gonna, people are gonna want a stud in there, so they're gonna put him in there. But is he a must-have? Definitely not. But still worth a shot because he can go off at any moment. If Fred VanVleet is out, got to look at Gary Trent. He is hot, and like I said, the only bad thing about Gary Trent is this guy's a shooter. As you see, if his shot is not on, you're kind of screwed. But if Lowry's out, as we know, if Fred VanVleet is out as well, that's a lot of usage rate right there, and also a guy that gets some shots up and is kind of the vocal point right now. If Fred and Lowry out, one of the main guys to help score some points. Yeah, I think he's in a pretty good spot. But like I said, be cautious with him because he is a pure shooter for the most part. If his shot's not on, you're gonna probably only get about 18 to 20 fantasy points from the guy. You could even look at maybe Malachi Flynn if he starts. I don't really know a ton about the guy, but he played against Golden State April 2nd and got you 33. So if he starts again, or if he did start, one of the two, either way, if Fred's out, got to put him in there, right? Fred didn't play a ton in that Golden State game, and Malachi came in and played quite a bit. So at 3-5, if obviously if Fred's out, he's going to be chalky for sure. OG, got to look at him. If Ryu Hachimura's out, maybe Denby Avila could be worth a look if Beal and him are out. But he doesn't have crazy upside. Might get you about 20 to 24. Siakam, 8-7, crazy GPP for sure. Not crazy GPP, but he's GPP, right? Boomer bust kind of guy. We saw with Fred VanVleet obviously leaving for most of that game. He stepped it up. And like I said, this is Washington, fast-paced team. So, if Fred's out, he's probably going to be, one of the main guys to look at. So he has screwed us over before with some of the big boys being out, but with that much usage rate being out, Siakam has to step up. So look at Siakam, OG, my bad, Gary Trent, and obviously Malachi Flynn. If Mr. Fred VanVleet is out. Oh yeah, another guy. Totally forgot to mention. My bad. Chris Boucher. Obviously, if he starts, got to put him in there, right? He started against. He started on Friday. Obviously, that's against Golden State. Played 25 minutes, 10-6, 2-2, 4. So, got to put him in there. They're going to need some offense and a little bit of defense. And like I said, Siakam probably be playing like small forward. So, they're going to need some bigger presence there. So, at 5K, got to look at him. So, honestly, I don't mind like a 4-man Toronto stack if Fred's out. New York and Brooklyn. We'll have to see what they got going on here. Brooklyn, I wouldn't be surprised if they rest a couple of guys. Maybe like Griffin or Aldridge sits, right? Both these guys are veterans. And kind of easing them still into the rotation. And it is a back-to-back for Brooklyn. So we'll have to see what they do. If both those guys are out, maybe Claxton, maybe Elias Johnson gets some playing time. I don't think he will. But last time all their big guys were out, Elias Johnson had 50 points. Obviously, that was a massive blowout against Utah. But if you just want a crazy GPP, would definitely not recommend that normally at all. Once again, if Irving plays, you can look at him, but I'm not expecting this game to be crazy high scoring. I mean, on that New York side, I don't have a ton, to be honest with you. Randall's kind of expensive-ish. I mean, maybe 40, 45 from him, but I don't have a ton from that New York side. Looks like Kevin Durant's doubtful. Harden may play, so keep an eye on that one for sure. But overall, I don't have a ton in this game at all as of now. Utah and Dallas. Another one of those kind of games, right? On paper, I think this game could be pretty good. You got to look at Bojan Bogdanovic, Josh Richardson, and Porzingis are obviously questionable. So that's going to change how this game plays for sure, right? I'm not really feeling Luka. They're pretty good at guarding the three-point line. Utah is. Mitchell could be worth a look. Maybe Tim, but overall, I don't have a ton. I mean, I guess if Boban starts again for some reason, yeah, you could look at him. He's only going to play about 20, 22 minutes, but he definitely does pretty good in those minutes. He's given Sacramento and Minnesota. I was off him, but he went off last time. Jordan McLaughlin against Philly. I just was not expecting it, and a lot of people weren't either, right? He wasn't high owned. Got to give him a look at 4-6. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be chasing that 39 points. When this guy does get half decent minutes, he can perform a little bit. We kind of saw here. He had a couple minutes here, nothing too crazy, but we can tell that he can score a little bit for sure. So Rubio's probably out. Jalen Noel's going to be out. Russell's going to be out. Malik Beasley's probably going to be out. So yeah, they're going to need some people for sure. Another guy that I like is Anthony Edwards. As normal, with all those guys being out, ton of usage for Anthony Edwards. Played 41 minutes against Philadelphia. Had 27 points. That's the good thing. Obviously, didn't get a ton of rebounds or assists, but you would expect maybe a couple more in this one, in this matchup against an easier Sacramento team than Philadelphia. So Edwards, honestly, at 7-4, could easily get you 40 to 50 in this one. So I do like Edwards at 7-4. Jaden McDaniels at 5-1, more of a cash game play, but another guy to look at. He gets relatively good minutes. Sacramento is relatively good against the interior defense for the most part. Another guy to look at is Towns, 11,000, right? We're not used to Towns being this much, but this guy is playing out of his freaking mind right now. And, he played against Joel Embiid last time out and had 67. I get Embiid probably wasn't crazy healthy, but, he is still a pretty good defender. But got to look at Towns, man. And as I just mentioned with the other guys, with all those guys being out, Towns is going to have to score. Don't matter what the matchup is. It is a fast-paced game against Sacramento. He's probably my spend up for sure. Am I chasing? Yeah, probably I'm chasing a little bit, but it's hard not to chase with how crazy this guy's usage rate is right now. Cleveland and San Antonio. Just watch out for the Allen news and Larry Nance news. That's basically it. Yeah, I mean, Cleveland, these guys don't really have a ton of upside. Sexton, probably the main guy I would look at. Harnstein's not playing a ton of minutes. Dean Wade is a GPP, a boom or bust play. Kevin Love, only going to play 22, 23 minutes. With all the other value, you don't really need him. On that San Antonio side, like I said, I hate messing around with Popovich. So we got Murray, White, and DeRozan. They're all good plays on paper, but who knows what the heck happens with the rotations. And if this one could be a blowout, then who knows what Pop does. I think Cleveland's going to fight a little bit, so that's why I really don't mind looking at Sexton at very low ownership. Detroit and OKC in this one. Looks like Dort is going to be questionable with a concussion. So that is 4 straight. I wouldn't be surprised if he does play in this one. We'll have to see. But besides that, same old over here. Corey Joseph, kind of a letdown, but they have so many guards. So just a matter of time that he was not going to produce. We got Roby out with a concussion. Basley as well. He's game time decision. Not sure if he'll play, but that does open up a little bit for Tony Bradley with Roby being out. Usually, no one's really going to play this guy, and he's 4'9", so he's not crazy cheap either. I thought he was a little bit cheaper, so never mind on Bradley. Pachelski, I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but I do like him. Another guy that said he gets pretty good blowout minutes. Did not do anything against Portland, unfortunately, but still can look at him. Is he a must-have? Definitely not. Like I said, there's so much value out there. One guy that I think, honestly, could have a good game here is Moses Brown. Last couple of games against Phoenix and Portland, they've kind of got blown out, especially against Portland here, and so they haven't really been playing him a ton of minutes, right? Obviously, they just signed him to a multi-year deal, so he's part of the regular, so he's not going to play a ton in blowouts. I expect this Detroit game to be a lot closer than those other ones, so I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Brown can get you, like 14 points, 18 rebounds like we saw here. So at 6A, yeah, man, I mean, I don't mind taking a shot with him, and we'll have to see how the ownership projections are looking, but I think he's going to be a little bit lower, right? People are going to go chase Towns for good reason, but I think if you're playing, trying to be a little bit different, go Moses Brown. I feel like Chris Boucher and Towns are going to be the 2 most owned centers out there, so take a shot with Moses maybe. We'll have to see. Phoenix and Houston, another a potential blowout game. It's been crazy. I was watching ESPN, and the other day, 23.4 was the average margin of victory. I think it was on Saturday. That was the highest in NBA history or something. Combined blowouts. So yeah, there's been so many dang blowouts, and that's it's been kind of hard playing DFS because there's so many dang blowouts going on. Anyway, yeah, we got Houston, Phoenix here. Like I said, Paul 7-4 blowout. He had 21 minutes in a blowout last time out. Still went off, had 49, but he only played 21 minutes, so kind of expecting about 23, 24 minutes here, so not really feeling Paul. One guy that I honestly think's worth a look in your GPP, if you're playing 10 or 15 lineups, in like the $2 or $4 whatever, is Tiaran Payne. I don't think anyone's going to have this dude, and this is strictly if Houston gets blown out. If Houston keeps it close through 3 quarters, you're probably screwed with Tiaran Payne, but if it's an absolute blowout by halftime, like 25, 30 points, Tiaran Payne could be in a pretty good spot, right? We saw that against OKC. Duke came in and played 26 minutes, had 35 fantasy points. So this guy, as you can tell, really thrives off the extra time and blowouts. So I don't mind taking a shot with Cameron. No one's going to have him, and why not, man? I think he could be a half-decent play. Risky for sure because we don't know if it's going to be a blowout, but he definitely has a little bit of upside, and he gets a ton of run in garbage time. So I do like Tiaran Payne. Same as Paul and Booker, not really into him. Not really into any of these guys at all. I do like Kelly at 5'3", another guy to look at, but I honestly would look at Chris Boucher, but Kelly Olynyk, if you're looking for ownership leverage, you're definitely going to get Kelly at a little bit cheaper than Chris Boucher, because I just think Chris Boucher is going to get a lot of ownership if Fred VanVleet's out. But you got to look at Kelly as well. Does about the same, a little bit more than a Chris Boucher does, so another guy to look at. So as you can see, there is a ton of value out there today. So going to be some massive scores out there. So let's see what we got going on for you. So I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to go, like I said, if Fred's out, I'm going to go Malachi Flynn, and if he starts. Like I said, he's going to be a lot more popular. That's also why I said Tiaran Payne is worth looking at GPP, because you'll probably get him at less than 3% ownership, because obviously Malachi Flynn's going to be at least 30-40% owned if he does start. So this way we're going to build cash games. This is going to be a cash game lineup. As I mentioned, if Fred VanVleet is playing, Malachi Flynn is not in play. He'll still get minutes, but definitely not massive minutes here. There's so many ways to go here. Like I said, you got the big boys up top here at Westbrook. Like I said, 11,000 is a little much, but there's a ton of value. I think you can look at him here. Even Tiaran Fox, I think his ownership will go a little bit low. He hasn't been playing crazy good, but had 37 minutes against Milwaukee, and I expect this Minnesota game to be halfway decent. So you can look at Fox. He only had 42, so more of a cash game play in my opinion. So that's kind of what you're looking at there. Jordan McLaughlin. I mean, you could easily go cheap on your point guards, but I'll let go in one expensive, one cheap guy in that area. Let's see here, shooting guards. Really not feeling anyone. You can go to Rosen, but I've been screwed over by him so many times. I do like Sexton in a GPP, but like I said, the main guy for me is definitely Anthony Edwards. Could see about 40 to 50 bomb from him. And as I mentioned, if what's his face is out, gotta look at Gary Trent. Let me see. That's the main guys. Small forward. I want to go find somebody real quick. Where is he at? Is he for Sacramento? Yes, for Sacramento. All right, my bad. I was watching the game and Terrence Davis went off. He randomly went off. I don't know why. I'm not gonna play him, but he went off, man, against Milwaukee. Very interesting. So basically, I'm just telling you that if Fox or Halberton ever went out, this guy was definitely a pretty good little value pickup. All right, but yeah, for today, not gonna put him in there. All right, let's get back at it. My bad, getting sidetracked. So shooting guard, like I said, Edwards. If you're looking for a little bit cheaper, not honestly, I don't really care for any of those guys. So I guess you got to look at like DeRozan, Sexton. Booker's still fine, right? Houston really does suck, so I still think he could hit value in this one. So he's still worth a look. If Harden is ready to go, you can definitely look at him for sure. Do like OG Anunoby, like I said, depending on the news. What else we got? Alright, so small forward kind of sucks. Yeah, small forward is not great. Okay, so you got OG's your clear favorite there. Besides that, RJ is a little expensive for me at 6'8". He's worth the look. Maybe look at Buddy, as we know he's a GPP play as well. I guess one of those two. Not really feeling comfortable. Hopefully something opens up a small forward. I guess Bojan, Bogdanovic, maybe Joe, but they're not crazy great, right? Power forward, Siakam, got to look at him. Pachelski, McDaniels. That's really it in that area. At the center position, like I said, clear cut favorite is Towns. As I mentioned before, I love Portal. Usually lower ownership. Moses Brown's kind of my GPP guy that I think could get you 40, 35 to 40 in this one with lower ownership because of everyone else. Boucher, in my opinion, is going to be one of the higher owned, cheaper centers. But like I said, I think Kelly Olynyk could be a good leverage ownership spot there. But Jeffrey, definitely check the ownerships. If you're signed up through RotoGrinders, whatever, they obviously show you guys the ownership projections. So, keep an eye on that one for sure. So that's kind of what we got going on. I know I didn't really put a ton in there, but I basically kind of told you guys what was going on. So check the injury news for sure, especially with Fred VanVleet, because you could easily stack 3 to 4 of these Toronto guys, and they all should hit around a value for sure. So, all right, guys, that's it. Once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said, if you guys want to get in on the season pass, already told you guys the prices. You're saving a ton of money. Trust me, you are for sure. And we'd love for you guys to come join us. We are also going to start doing MLB Day Pass. We're not going to do weekly pass or month pass just yet. We have been testing out MLB the first couple days of the season and haven't been too bad. I think we're 3-1 so far. Just me trying it out in 50-50s and double ups and stuff like that. So we'll do a day pass for you if you guys are interested in a day pass. It will be for main slate. Just we get you guys all set up. Why not try it for the day? And who knows what happens. So, all right, guys, like I said, that's it. Like I said, if you want to get on the day pass or the NBA pass, all you need to do is hit us up on our Twitter. That will be in the comment section below. Click that link, message us, we'll get you guys set up. All right, guys, once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys a little bit later on.